My dream for London is like that we get to have full, vibrant, interesting neighborhoods all the time and not just when special events are happening.
Not you, it's London.
It's classes all on like drawing something. That's my theory. This space is called City Rest Studio, and it is the home to a lot of different artists doing a lot of different technical craft, artisan projects. And it's a really cool space to work solo on work, but also like very collaborative. There's a lot of really good community building that happens in here of, you know, if I'm working on some screen printing up front and Hanan is doing some glass work, we like kind of check in with each other, get some opinions, and like I love that aspect of this space a lot. I'm in here like often, you know, 6 p.m. until like 10 p.m. and then she's in here at night and we get to kind of give each other feedback and kind of work collaboratively in that way, which is really nice.
Okay. And then, so this is kind of like a multi-purpose space. We have a whole bunch of different artists, creatives, like making stuff in here, and
Yeah.
they all have like their own, like, I guess, like storefront or like somewhere where they sell product.
Yeah, I feel like most people in here, like this feels like a very like production space. The recording studio in the back has its like very own inherent schedule of bands come in, record or practice, whatever happens in that space. And then I would say like most of the artists in here, we have like, some of us are screen printing for wholesale clients, which has its own, you know, slew of rules and things that go on with that. And then quite a number of us, I would say, are just artists who use this space as a production space. And then we sell elsewhere, either online markets. Hanan makes work that is featured in galleries. So lots of like different applications come out of here. It's very cool.
And tell me a little bit more about like your business and your work and kind of like what you do.
So my business name is Flirt. My name is Alayna. I always really liked the idea of like kind of making a bit of separation between my personal life and my business life. So Soft Flirt came out of the need for that, but it also for a long time was just like this silly little nickname I had with friends. And it has, you know, 9 years later become like such an identifier of who I am that people just call me that, and that's totally fine with me. But Soft Flirt started before we were in this space. I was screen printing with Adam Sturgeon in his basement, and I was doing punk rock flea markets, different like pop-up artisan, like flea market type vending moments. I had like, I think an Etsy page at that time. So started small, and I was just printing t-shirts. I was sewing home decor pieces at that point in time. So my business looked a lot different back then to what it looks like now, whereas now I'm still doing a lot of screen printing, lots of design work that way. Mural painting. This year I started learning how to tattoo. So I'm always just taking on different artistic mediums as I feel drawn to them. And I think when you're working full time as a creative, like you kind of have to diversify and be ready to kind of roll with the punches. And I love learning new things, so that I think keeps me able to like stay ahead of any hardships.
What are some other people, creatives, businesses that you like collaborating with, like in the city?
Yeah, I love how collaborative London does feel. Like I think that when you find it and when you're like in this community niche, like I think people are like genuinely enthusiastically excited for anything to be happening here. So there's a lot of overlapping community support. Something that I found recently is like working with Mai at Shoosh, working with Chris Evans at Laser Quest and Seven Social. Like that was a way for me to work with people that I really enjoy working with, but also like they have this whole different kind of pocket of community in London. And I feel like Soft Flirt exists a little bit over here and a little bit over here, and then their communities are a little bit over here, and it's like, let's work together and just kind of find a way to like combine that reach and to make things that feel like everyone's welcome. And that's been really fun in the last couple of years. I feel like I do that a bit more organically with working alongside Punk Rock Flea. But more recently, it's like finding new people that I want to work with and like accessing those communities. And it's really just about like, I have an idea, you have a space. Okay, let's work together, make that happen. Or you have this concept and I can do screen printing, or I can make a mural, or, you know, we can all sort of, I think, elevate each other's work when you can come together and make something bigger happen collaboratively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like talking with so many people, like you realize how many people have like worked with each other, whether it's like in the current, in the past, or they want to collaborate them.
Yeah.
And so some things I've been like even helping others with is like, oh, like there's this like photographer, like I love working with them. I'm like, oh yeah, like I know them, like well, I'll connect you to, and I'll like get you guys to work. And they're like, yeah, like this is awesome. Like let's collaborate on something. You know, like those like little things. I always feel like London is itself, and I say this, like it's got that small like town like energy sometimes, where like everything is like everyone kind of knows everybody, and everyone's kind of like trying to help each other, especially in like the artist scene.
Yeah,
you know, where
I feel that.
It definitely feels like more local.
Yeah, and I think people are just like, I think London gets a bad rep, and deservingly so on the like local politics side of things. But I think that the people who have kind of decided to stay here and invest in the city, I think that we're all really excited about what everyone else is doing. So yeah, it always becomes like, if you hear someone working on something and they mention, you know, they need a photographer or they need this, I feel like London is always about like, oh, let me connect you with that person. Like I do think we're all really just excited about making anything vaguely interesting happening here, because it does make the experience of being here just like more exciting and more interesting.
Do you have like any version of liming for yourself, for the people here, you know, kind of where you just have a social gathering without like anything planned or any intentions?
I feel like the thing that feels the most like that in this specific pocket of London is just like going to Doe V on a Saturday morning. Everyone is there, and I say everyone in the sense that like you're gonna run into somebody you know, and there's like a solid group of people who intentionally come there every Saturday. There's some overflow of people who just happen to be popping by, and they're like, oh, there's like so many people doing stuff here on the Saturday. So I feel like Doe V, and I think a lot of like coffee shops inherently become like the third spaces that people inherently just activate, because it's just so easy to be like, pop by, get a coffee, bring a friend. But Doe V has something really special going on lately. I think that they have really become a hub for community connections, and from like a very informal way of you just like happen upon somebody you know there, you have a nice quick chat, you talk to the barista that you haven't met yet for the first time, and you guys connect, or you know, actually working together and like event planning out of that space with like Honey Dip and Doe V. So I feel like I'm very excited about what they're doing. I think that there's really, really good intention behind the programming that they're trying to activate in there too. So I think that comes to mind very strongly, of this kind of like community without barriers, and like that just happens kind of sense. Cool. I'm just gonna show you the space. So back here, we've got Sean and Derek, who do music recording in this really awesome space back here. We can duck our heads in. But yeah, a lot of local musicians practice back here or record back here with Sean and Derek. They're also both in bands, their own projects. They're also part of Ombigaze. Sean's part of Status Not Status. So lots of cool music happens back here. I think Subdrop is another local band that practices back here a lot.
Huh.
Very cozy. Gear storage overflow. We've got our little community space if anyone needs to take a break, eat some food, drink some coffee, watch some VHS. We've got some different art spaces. This is where Sean does some ceramic art here and there.
Okay.
So lots of different art mediums in this building.
Ooh.
And then Hanan Fayad, if you want to take a peek in here. She does a lot of different glass work, so this is her space. Kilns over there, some high firing temperatures. These are from some fused glass workshops that Hanan does, which is very fun. I actually did her workshop a couple weeks ago. messiest part of the building, which is
Where the action
the
happens.
screen printing. We have the messiest washout area back here, but it does the trick.
Okay.
And then all of my friends up here, actively working. Sorry, everybody. Stations here, we've got a 6-head press and a 4-head press. And our big conveyor dryer. 2-headed dragon, 5-headed dragon. some local murals. I did that one. Robin did that one.
Oh.
Michaela's hiding. Yeah.
That's like the weird and interesting and crazy thing about London, though, right? Is that we have like so many different like success stories or like folks that operate out of London and maybe they don't even do anything in London, you know, it just happens to be like
their home base,
affordable place or like close in proximity to something that they do, and we have there's a really amazing community here, even though sometimes like it's not you, it's London, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of our go-to slogan is that mural. It's not you, it's London.
Not you, it's London.
The other London?
Is that like scar tissue kind of thing?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Like a touch-up doesn't like that, you know? Yeah.
Tea towel from the other day.
Oh.
Anytime I get like an ink blob on something, then I'm like, all right, that's the test print next time. That like nothing's ever like too fast for you to control.
Yeah.
It's just like you can go at your own pace, and
definitely nice.
not easy, but there's like a process to it that like
Maybe you can create kind of like a system almost.
yeah, and it's like controlled by your own hand, so it's very different.
I was talking to a dude at the gym. He brought it up. I've been so disconnected from the skateboard world.
He's a dad.
4 minutes.
Alright, that looks good. That was there before. This is my test.
I swear.
I'm never going to stop talking about the baby
Are you doing water based on those two?
Yeah. I feel like with the tea towels, like you don't want to wash, like you don't want to use it if it's plastisol on like drawing something.
True, very true.
That's my theory.
Plastic on it.
You don't want to just be rubbing plastic on your dishes, you know?